Hello, future leaders, current leaders, former leaders. Welcome to Thank You for Understanding, where old souls meet young ambition and servant leadership isn't just a buzzword, it's a way of life. I'm your host, and whether you're building your first startup, leading your first team, or just trying to figure out how to live in this world, you're in the right place. This is where we dive deep into the messy, beautiful journey of developing leadership through a humanistic lens. We're talking about leadership that actually serves people, not just profits. Every episode, we're exploring what it means to rise, not just climb ladders, but elevate everyone around you, because your next highest potential is not just about you. It's about the ripple effect you create for others. So here's the thing. Your highest potential isn't a destination, it's an evolution, and it's time to step into yours. So let's rise. I am a healthy 25-year-old. I just told you my age. Maybe it's not my age, maybe it's someone else's age, because this is a guest blog post. And here is why I/them put on a CGM, to be my best self. I wore a CGM, and this is what I found out. If you don't know what a CGM is, it stands for Continuous Glucose Monitor, and it's used to track glucose levels. Extremely important, obviously, for anyone who is diabetic. They probably have to wear a CGM to know when their blood sugar drops really low or goes really high. But a CGM can also be extremely helpful for people who are just looking for more insight into their metabolic health. It's like a mirror into your body, but through a device that tracks 24/7 real-time data. And you can access it through your phone, which is amazing. So here's the thing. I am obsessed with a lot of things, but with feeling and being my best each and every day. And I hope that's the same for you as well. And if you're anything like me, you're always looking for ways to optimize your health, your energy, and your overall vibe, because we all love an awesome vibe. And that's why I decided to wear a continuous glucose monitor, a CGM, for 2 whole weeks. Even though, yes, I am an extremely healthy 25-year-old athlete who has never been diagnosed with any sort of physical illness or blood sugar issue. I'm extremely blessed for that. Now, I know what you're asking. Why would someone as healthy as you need one, Danielle? And that is a valid question. I asked myself that same question after spending $99 on a pack of 2 CGMs. But hear me out. I was super curious to learn more about how my body reacts to food, exercise, and even stress. Also sleep. And I'm stressed most days. If you know me, you know I'm pretty stressed most days. So think of it as wearing a health tracker, but better. You track the tiniest fluctuations of blood sugar, and you get an inside look into how your body works. So why exactly does a healthy 25-year-old need to wear a CGM? Well, my blood sugar baseline is the ultimate self-awareness hack. I'm not a doctor or a medical researcher, let's just make that clear, or anything science-based. In fact, I'm way more of a theory, intellectual, cerebral, if we are discussing our preferred subject expertise. But I do work with an awesome team of metabolic health specialists, experts, doctors, professionals. They know what they're doing. They have the degrees. They also have 35 plus years of experience. But I also know that this was about learning more about my physical self. I wanted to know what my baseline blood sugar levels were. I mean, it's easy to assume that if you're eating healthy and exercising, everything is fine, right? But your blood sugar can fluctuate in ways that aren't obvious until you see the data. I wasn't really being my best self because I didn't know what I was missing. And I figured it out when I put on the CGM. I just had a complete blood panel done with my primary care doctor, and she said that all my numbers were in great shape, and my fasting glucose level, I'm going to repeat that again. If you've never heard of a fasting glucose level, you definitely need to make sure that you're getting that number when you go get your blood drawn. A flat fasting glucose level for me was in a healthy range, and what I didn't see from this blood panel was how fasting different foods, chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream I eat, or even the morning toast was affecting me, like really affecting me on a molecular level. So I first started wearing the CGM and I had no idea what to expect. I just thought my line was gonna be like, it's perfect because everyone said my blood was in good shape. But wow, seeing my blood sugar data in real time was very eye-opening. Even though my overall numbers were healthy, the monitor showed how they changed. The lines changed based on how I ate, when I ate, what kind of workouts I did, what kind of workouts I didn't do, plus how my daily fasting caused spikes after foods I thought were supposed to be healthy for me. Like, who knew certain types of fruits and vegetables and other types of foods really aren't that good for you because of the high sugar levels? Something I did find out is the order in which you eat your food actually makes a difference. And this is why they bring the salad before the meal and the dessert after it. I always just thought that's just what restaurants did. But you know what, y'all? They also give you that bread early on, so it makes you more hungry later on, so then you eat more food. But the salad, then the main course, then the dessert. There's a reason for that. So the impact of food choices: a delicious hamburger on a great sesame seed bun versus a strawberry. So let's talk about food, because this was a huge game changer for me. I'm a foodie. I love food. Love food. Different types of food, cuisines, places, styles, all of it. Before the CGM, I thought I was doing great with my meals. I would snack on fruit, have salads, grab a smoothie here and there. But guess what? I was getting sneaky blood sugar spikes after some of those healthy snacks. For example, I noticed that eating a fruit-only snack like green grapes on its own caused my blood sugar to spike pretty high. And it stayed high. But if I paired that with apple and some almonds, the spike was much less dramatic. The same thing with my smoothies. Adding protein to balance out the sugars helped keep my blood sugar more stable throughout the day. Again, I'm not a doctor, and what affects my blood sugar is going to be different than what affects your blood sugar, so I would highly recommend working with the CGM doctors and getting a CGM on yourself and understanding how the foods you eat impact your blood sugar personally. So if you're eating fruits or carbs, try adding a healthy fat or protein to the mix. It's all about that balance. It's all about moderation. And to be your best self, it's about that moderation. As my dad would say, everything in moderation, including moderation itself. When carbs are absorbed into the blood, they become glucose. When carbs are absorbed into the blood, they become sugar. So that piece of bread and those crackers do the same thing, if not worse things, to your blood sugar levels, as if you were eating a cookie or ice cream. Timing is everything when my energy levels fluctuate. Energy, oh my gosh. My theory, intellectual self, wants to go on a tangent about spiritual energy and mental energy and all the types of energy that exist. But that's not this conversation. I'm talking about molecular energy from food and nutrients. Oh my goodness. Nutrients. I've always been pretty go, do, but I noticed something interesting during my CGM experiment. There were certain times of the day, like mid-afternoon, when I would feel totally drained. No matter how much coffee I'd had that day, my blood sugar would take a dive and I would be feeling very sluggish. So when I looked closer, I realized that eating too much early in the day could set me up for that crash, especially too much of the sugar carb foods. If I ate a big meal or too many carbs without balancing them with protein or fat, my blood sugar would rise, then dip, and this left me feeling very tired and foggy a few hours later, and sometimes hungry. So timing matters. Now, I make sure to eat smaller balanced meals throughout the day to keep my blood sugar and energy levels steady. Exercise. I don't know if y'all exercise or not, but I would highly recommend exercising, especially just getting outside for a walk outside without your phone. Just enjoy the nature. I would say that's like a first thing that you can start implementing. But again, I'm not a doctor. The best way to stabilize blood sugar can be through exercise. We can't forget about those awesome workouts. I've been a fan of staying active, but I didn't really realize how much different types of exercise impacted my blood sugar levels. It turns out when I do a HIIT session, high intensity interval training, or strength training, my blood sugar would drop after the workout, which felt super awesome and gave me that like post-workout high, if you will. But yoga or a more chill workout, those didn't have as much of an impact, and I would stay pretty steady with my blood sugar. So the takeaway is different workouts equals different effects on blood sugar. So if you're feeling sluggish, a quick hit, high intensity interval training, I recommend Barry's Boot Camp. Barry's, it's a cool place to go. Workout or strength training could be your secret weapon. Plus, you're one step closer to that toned body you're hoping for. I mean, come on, who doesn't want a bathing suit summer bod? But it's going to take more than just one workout for that summer bod, by the way. Creating better daily habits based on data. So here's the kicker. Using a CGM has totally helped me build even better habits. I can literally see how my choices affect my body and my energy, which makes me way more intentional about what I do and when I do them. For example, I have balanced meals. I make sure to always include protein and healthy fats, especially when I'm eating carbs or fruits or sugars. An exercise routine. I now plan my workouts according to my blood sugar trends, kind of. That's not 100% accurate. Kind of. Kind of depends on how I'm feeling for the day. Making sure that I'm optimizing my energy for my most intense workouts. And mindful eating. I pay more attention to how I eat, slowly and mindfully, rather than just grabbing whatever is easiest. This helps keep my blood sugar levels more balanced and prevent spikes. In the book, Healing and Recovery by Dr. David Hawkins, he talks about weight loss and maintaining a healthy weight in his book. Most of his discoveries are associated with what you hold in your mind about weight, food, and eating. I'm going to say that again. Most of what he says in his book, most of his discoveries talk about your mind. What you're holding in your mind, how you feel and believe about weight, food, and eating is usually what manifests in your life. So just keep that in mind. Honestly, the CGM has made me feel even more in tune with my body and has given me the ultimate hack for supercharging my physical health. So, is a CGM worth it? Absolutely yes. I would recommend wearing a CGM. If you're curious about your body's unique needs, yes, it's been super fun and informative. And I feel like I now have an even more sense of control with my health. You know, you don't have to be diabetic or have some sort of issues to get insights from this technology. In fact, you should do it before you start leaning into prediabetes or other health issues, metabolic health issues. It's about understanding your body better and making small adjustments for big results. Small incremental adjustments for big results. That's it. Y'all, the CGM connects to your phone via Bluetooth, so that makes it so easy. I know y'all listening to me are probably listening on a phone anyways, so, I mean, there you go. You already have half of it right there. You just download the app, you connect it, and you get real-time 24/7 blood sugar data reads, kind of like connecting your AirPods to your iPhone. It's that simple. It even alerts you if you go into a blood sugar spike. Easy, because I know you're already glued to your phone watching random TikTok videos on cats. Ugh. So might as well make it productive. You know what I'm saying? Like, check the blood sugar instead of the cats. So if you're looking to dive deeper into your health and wellness routine, I definitely recommend trying it out. My first recommendation would be working with a health coach and a CGM expert like CGM Doctor. CGM-doctor.com, shameless plug. You'll be shocked at what you can learn. Seriously, you will be. If you thought you were at your best, take one more step and you will see your best is yet to come. So your next highest potential, your next best is yet to come. Have you ever tried a CGM? Maybe you have. Maybe you're listening to this. You're like, Danielle, I completely agree. Or are you curious to try it out? I'm happy to answer any of your questions, of course. Drop those in the chat of my blog. Stay healthy, stay determined, and stay your beautiful, unique self. Thank you for understanding. Catch us at nanimedia.com for all the good stuff into leadership. And until next time, keep rising.